The morning sun over London has a way of casting a timeless glow on the centuries-old stones of Kensington Palace, a place where history is not just preserved, but continuously made. In the heart of this royal residence, away from the flashing cameras and the demanding gaze of the public eye, lies a world defined by the quiet rhythm of family life. It is within these private gardens and grand rooms that a future king navigates the complex balance between monumental duty and the simple, profound joys of fatherhood. To the outside world, the British royal family represents stability, tradition, and an unyielding commitment to the crown. But behind closed doors, their most significant moments are often the ones that mirror our own. They are the moments of shared laughter, of quiet support, and of milestones celebrated away from the grand stages of state banquets and formal processions. Over the past year, the public has watched with a mixture of admiration and deep empathy as this prominent family weathered a period of immense personal challenges, drawing closer together under the weight of shared adversity. The strength they have displayed has captivated millions globally, turning every rare glimpse into their private world into a subject of intense fascination and deep emotional resonance. It is a reminder that despite the tiaras, the historic titles, and the ancient protocols, the core of their world is built on the exact same foundations as any other family, anchored by love, resilience, and the bonds between parents and their children. If you find yourself captivated by these unfolding human stories and wish to remain connected to the moments that shape our global culture, please consider subscribing to the channel to ensure you never miss an episode. The fascination with how these public figures handle the extraordinary pressure of their roles while maintaining a sense of normalcy for the next generation is exactly what makes their journey so compelling to watch. Within the walls of Kensington Palace, a new chapter of growth and maturity is quietly unfolding, hidden in plain sight until the perfect moment reveals it to the world. A singular image can capture the essence of a shifting era, serving as a visual testament to the passage of time and the inevitable transition of youth into the heavy responsibilities of tomorrow. For years, the global audience has watched three young siblings grow from toddlers, waving tentatively from the balcony of Buckingham Palace, into poised individuals capable of navigating massive public gatherings. Among them, a young princess has consistently stood out, not just for her striking resemblance to her ancestors, but for a growing sense of grace and composure that belies her tender years. Observers of the royal household have long noted how she seems to possess an innate understanding of the world she was born into, displaying a calm confidence during major public appearances that hints at a remarkable maturity. This growing maturity became undeniably evident in a beautifully candid moment captured in the quiet sanctuary of the palace grounds, an image that immediately struck a chord with observers around the globe. The photograph, which emerged during a weekend filled with multiple layers of family celebration, offered a refreshing and deeply personal contrast to the highly choreographed nature of official state events. In this private snapshot, the young princess appears remarkably grown up, standing tall and beaming with a radiant, mature confidence alongside a father who looks both fiercely proud and visibly relaxed. They are captured in a warm, genuine embrace, entirely at ease in each other's company, framed by the lush greenery of a private British summer that seems miles away from the intense scrutiny of the global press. The image reveals a profound father-daughter bond that has clearly deepened through the shared experiences and recent trials of the past year, presenting a portrait of mutual support and affection. The sheer naturalness of their expressions speaks volumes about the sanctuary they provide for one another within the bustling machinery of the royal apparatus. The outfits they wore in this newly unveiled portrait carried their own subtle significance, instantly connecting the private moment to a major public milestone that had taken place just days prior. To the trained eye, the clothing perfectly matched the elegant attire they had worn during one of the most significant annual traditions of the British monarchy, suggesting the photo was taken in a rare moment of relaxation immediately following the conclusion of that grand event. It captures the exact transition point where the heavy mantle of public duty is lifted, allowing the individuals beneath the titles to step out of the spotlight and simply be a father and daughter enjoying a quiet afternoon together. This visual bridge between the grand spectacle of state pageantry and the warmth of a private family embrace encapsulates the dual nature of their lives, where public expectations and private realities constantly intertwine. The release of this heartwarming photograph did not happen in isolation, but was part of a beautifully synchronized convergence of milestones that made the weekend exceptionally significant for the household. The day marked not only the traditional celebration of Father's Day, but also coincided directly with a major personal milestone for the leader of this household, who was celebrating his 44th birthday. This double occasion amplified the sense of joy and reflection surrounding the family, drawing warm tributes from multiple generations of the monarchy and highlighting the continuity of the institution. A touching public message accompanied the image, signed with the familiar initials of the three children and their mother, sending a wave of affection to the man they affectionately called the best papa in the world. Simultaneously, the reigning monarch took to his own official channels to celebrate his son's 44th birthday, sharing a nostalgic and meaningful photograph that underscored the generational continuity and the enduring bond between a father and his heir. This public exchange of affection across 3 generations offered a rare and reassuring glimpse into the internal cohesion of a family that remains the focal point of global attention. Yet, to truly understand the depth of the emotions captured in that single father-daughter embrace, one must look back at the grand events that preceded it, where the family stood united before a crowd of thousands in the heart of London. The visual harmony displayed in the private garden was a direct reflection of the unity they had demonstrated on the historic balcony of Buckingham Palace just days earlier, an appearance that had been eagerly anticipated by millions around the world. It is against the backdrop of these grand, historic traditions and the lingering echoes of cheering crowds that the true narrative of growth, resilience, and family solidarity begins to fully reveal itself. The vibrant pageantry of London in early summer provides a stark and dramatic contrast to the quiet, protective walls of Kensington Palace. Yet the two worlds collided spectacularly during the historic celebration of Trooping the Colour. This ancient military spectacle, which has marked the official birthday of the British sovereign for over 2.5 centuries, carried an unprecedented level of emotional weight and structural tension this year. For months, the global public had been filled with deep anxiety and endless speculation regarding the health and stability of the family at the heart of the monarchy, making this specific appearance a crucial test of resilience. As the massed bands of the household division filled the air with stirring marches and the precise rows of guardsmen moved in perfect synchronization, all eyes were fixed on the carriage procession leaving Buckingham Palace. The atmosphere along the Mall was electric, thick with a collective sense of anticipation that went far beyond the usual excitement of royal enthusiasts. When the carriage carrying the 3 young siblings and their mother emerged, a massive wave of relief and thunderous applause rippled through the vast crowds lining the historic avenue. Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis were positioned prominently, their youthful faces beaming with a mixture of excitement and practiced composure as they waved to the thousands of onlookers. Princess Charlotte, in particular, demonstrated a remarkable sense of protective care over her brothers, embodying a quiet confidence that did not go unnoticed by seasoned royal observers. The three children seemed acutely aware of the significance of the day, their bright smiles acting as a powerful visual reassurance to a nation that had spent months worrying about the internal well-being of its most prominent family. This public display of unity was a triumphant moment, a carefully coordinated answer to the swirling rumors, and a definitive statement that the household remained steadfast in its commitment to the public. The tension shifted from the streets of London to the iconic balcony of Buckingham Palace, where the family gathered to witness the spectacular flypast by the Royal Air Force. Standing shoulder to shoulder, the group presented a flawlessly unified front, with the young princess and her father sharing subtle, knowing glances that hinted at the deep bond later captured in their private Father's Day photograph. Prince Louis, known for his delightful and unscripted antics, brought a touch of light-hearted joy to the otherwise formal proceedings, drawing affectionate smiles from his sister and parents. Yet beneath the smiles and the impeccable execution of royal protocol, there was an underlying gravity, a palpable understanding of the immense personal trials the family had secretly navigated behind closed doors before stepping into this blinding spotlight. The sheer effort required to maintain such absolute poise under the global microscope added an intense layer of narrative tension to the entire event, making their triumphant balcony appearance feel less like a mere routine duty and more like a profound personal victory. This successful public milestone, however, was only the first act in a packed summer schedule designed to signal a definitive return to regular public life. Just days after the grand military parade concluded, the focus of the royal calendar shifted to the sun-drenched lawns of Berkshire for the annual gathering at Royal Ascot. This legendary horse racing event, synonymous with high fashion, elite society, and centuries of aristocratic tradition, offered a completely different stage for the family to navigate. The transition from the rigid military precision of trooping the colour to the elegant, high society atmosphere of the racecourse required a seamless shift in tone, one that the couple executed with effortless grace. Stepping out onto the historic grounds, they effectively turned what could have been a standard, high-pressure public appearance into a sophisticated and visibly joyful date day. The elegance of their attire instantly captured the attention of fashion critics and the global press, further solidifying their status as the modern faces of a rapidly evolving institution. The princess captivated onlookers in a stunning, beautifully tailored yellow gown, complemented by a matching, elaborately brimmed hat that perfectly captured the bright, optimistic energy of a British summer day. Beside her, the prince cut an exceptionally sharp and traditional figure, donning a classic black tailcoat and a polished top hat that paid flawless homage to the strict dress codes of the royal enclosure. Their physical chemistry and relaxed demeanor as they mingled with guests and watched the races spoke volumes about the strength of their partnership, showcasing a couple completely in tune with one another. Observers noted the frequent gentle touches, the shared whispers, and the easy laughter that passed between them as they navigated the exclusive crowds, revealing a deep-seated mutual reliance. This outing was not just about the sport or the fashion. It was a deliberate visual narrative of a marriage that has been tested by the extraordinary pressures of public life and personal hardship, emerging stronger and more unified than ever before. The ease with which they commanded the space at Royal Ascot provided a clear, undeniable sign that they are fully prepared for the immense responsibilities that lie ahead on their path to the throne. To understand the absolute foundation of this remarkable public resilience, one must look back to the very beginning of their shared journey, a story that began 15 years ago under the vaulted ceilings of Westminster Abbey. Their grand wedding in 2011 was a global cultural phenomenon, watched by an estimated 2 billion people worldwide, marking the official transformation of a university romance into a historic alliance. The path from that historic April day to this current summer of milestone celebrations has been defined by a steady, deliberate construction of a family unit designed to withstand the unique pressures of their position. The recent celebration of their 15th wedding anniversary in April served as a poignant moment of reflection for both the couple and the public, highlighting the sheer endurance of their commitment. To mark this major crystal milestone, they broke with rigid tradition and released an incredibly sweet, profoundly intimate family photograph that stood in stark contrast to formal state portraits. The informal snap captured the family of 5 completely relaxed, lounging casually on the lush green grass of their countryside estate, alongside their beloved family dog. In this unscripted moment, they were seen talking naturally, holding hands, and simply enjoying each other's presence without the heavy choreography that usually dictates their public lives. This image of raw familial warmth and solidarity offered the perfect contextual backdrop for the Father's Day portrait that would follow 2 months later, showing a family that consistently chooses to anchor itself in genuine human connection. The progression from that collective family portrait in April to the intense public scrutiny of Trooping the Colour, and finally to the quiet father-daughter embrace, reveals a beautifully complex narrative of a family navigating an extraordinary destiny while keeping their humanity entirely intact. The tension between their immense public duty and their deeply protected private life creates a fascinating, ongoing story that continues to hold the world spellbound, waiting eagerly for the final chapters of this summer of royal milestones to unfold. The deep resonance of these milestones, stretching across the summer months, highlights a profound truth about the modern British monarchy, illustrating how the personal lives of its central figures serve as the ultimate foundation for its public strength. This recent series of celebrations, anchored by the touching Father's Day portrait of Prince William and Princess Charlotte, represents far more than just a collection of heartwarming family moments captured on camera. They signify a deliberate, careful transition into a new era of stability and continuity, providing a powerful visual reassurance to a global audience that has closely monitored the family's journey through recent personal challenges. To truly appreciate why these moments matter so deeply to the fabric of the institution, one must look closely at the individual biographies and distinct personalities of the participants who give this story its rich human depth. At the center of this narrative is Prince William, the Prince of Wales, whose life has been meticulously shaped from birth to carry the immense weight of the crown while simultaneously striving to redefine what it means to be a modern, hands-on father in the 21st century. Born in 1982 as the first son of King Charles III and the late Diana, Princess of Wales, William's upbringing was a complex blend of ancient royal tradition and his mother's determined efforts to expose him to the realities of the wider world. Over his 44 years, he has successfully transitioned from a young military officer and search and rescue pilot into a dedicated statesman, focusing his public work on critical long-term issues such as mental health awareness, environmental conservation through the Earthshot Prize, and homelessness prevention. Yet, despite the vast scope of his official duties and the endless stream of state functions, those close to the palace consistently note that his most fiercely guarded role is that of a protective, deeply involved parent. His approach to fatherhood is visibly informed by a desire to provide his 3 children with the kind of secure, grounded, and emotionally supportive upbringing that can shelter them from the intense glare of public scrutiny. This dedication to family is vividly reflected in the relaxed warmth of the recent Father's Day photograph, where his genuine smile reveals a man who finds his greatest sense of purpose and comfort not in the grand titles he holds, but in the simple, unconditional affection of his children. Alongside him in this journey of modern parenting is Catherine, the Princess of Wales, whose own biography brings a vital sense of perspective and grounded stability to the royal household. Growing up in a close-knit, supportive family in Berkshire, Catherine's journey into the royal family following her 2011 wedding at Westminster Abbey has been defined by a quiet, unwavering dedication to public service and a deep intellectual focus on early childhood development. Her landmark work with the Royal Foundation Centre for Early Childhood underscores her profound belief that the first 5 years of a child's life are absolutely critical in shaping their future health, happiness, and resilience. This professional expertise is not just a public platform. It is a philosophy that she and William actively practice within their own home, creating an environment where Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis can thrive emotionally and socially. The fruits of this careful, nurturing upbringing are becoming increasingly visible to the world as the three siblings begin to take on more prominent roles in the public eye, displaying a remarkable degree of poise and mutual support during major national events. Princess Charlotte, now 11 years old, is rapidly emerging as a fascinating figure in her own right, capturing the admiration of the public with her striking combination of youthful charm and a naturally mature, self-assured demeanor. Born in May 2015, the young princess has frequently been observed by royal experts as possessing a keen sense of awareness and duty, often seen gently guiding her brothers through the complex protocols of major public appearances. Her growing confidence, so beautifully captured in the recent outdoor portrait with her father at Kensington Palace, hints at a young individual who is entirely at ease with her identity and fully prepared to navigate the unique path that lies before her. Meanwhile, her older brother, 12-year-old Prince George, carries the unique destiny of being a future monarch, a reality that his parents are introducing him to with immense care, ensuring he understands his future role while allowing him to enjoy the freedoms of a normal childhood. The youngest of the sibling group, 8-year-old Prince Louis, continues to capture the hearts of the public with his unscripted, high-spirited energy, providing a delightful reminder of the relatable, chaotic joys that define any ordinary family home. The seamless coordination and mutual affection displayed by these 5 individuals during their high-profile appearances at Trooping the Colour and Royal Ascot serve as a testament to the strength of the family unit William and Catherine have built over their 15 years of marriage. This milestone anniversary, which they celebrated this past April, offers a moment to reflect on the sheer endurance and evolution of a partnership that has become the central pillar of the contemporary royal house. Their journey from their early university days into a seasoned, globally recognized team has been marked by a shared commitment to authenticity, choosing to share glimpses of their private life that are genuinely warm and unpretentious. The continuity of this familial strength is further emphasized by the broader support network surrounding them, notably highlighted by the warm birthday tribute from King Charles III to his son on his 44th birthday. The 77-year-old monarch's public acknowledgement of his heir underscores the deep generational bonds and the shared understanding of duty that unites the past, present, and future of the institution. This interconnectedness across 3 generations provides a powerful sense of stability, illustrating that while the individuals within the roles grow, mature, and eventually take on new responsibilities, the core values of family solidarity and public service remain entirely unchanged. Ultimately, the story that unfolded across this remarkable summer weekend is not merely about a single photograph or a series of high society events. It is a narrative about resilience, growth, and the deliberate preservation of human connection amidst the extraordinary demands of a historic destiny. As the public watches Princess Charlotte grow into a poised young leader and sees Prince William masterfully balance the roles of a future king and a devoted papa, the global fascination with their journey only deepens. It is a